who did I have? On one side, probably where she naturally has a little bit of asymmetry, it was showing a little bit more of a lack of volume in the temple after treating the cheek filler. Now that can happen because if you imagine taking the lateral edge of the cheek and making that a bit more pronounced, that's going to make the area above it look like it has a little bit of a volume deficit. So all that I did on one side was to fix a little bit of volume in the mid cheek, and on the other side I went in and just sort of blended it out towards the temple a little bit more. We also utilised ultrasound for this. One for safety, also to see as well where the filler was sitting. So I wanted to make sure that the filler hadn't migrated. It wasn't that, okay, maybe there was a mistake that was made. Maybe I had put the filler in the wrong plane of tissue, but I hadn't. So when I checked with the ultrasound, I could see it was in exactly the right plane of tissue. It had been injected correctly, everything was fine. Just that she naturally had a bit of an asymmetry in there. So one of the risks that we have when we are injecting into the temple, it's a really sensitive area, it's a bit of a high risk area. If we were to get filler into an artery in this area, it could have a substantial impact. So we have to be really careful of and really mindful of those arteries. So that's why another reason why we use the ultrasound to make sure that we won't get enter into any of those arteries and cause Victoria any harm, but especially for something that's like a cosmetic procedure. So we're always trying to weigh up the pros and the cons. There's always risks, there are inherent risks that come with doing any of these procedures, but is it worth it? For me, from having an ultrasound, it means that I just have that little bit of added safety. I have recently become an ambassador for UltraX, and we did our training recently. It's something that I've been looking to do for absolutely ages. There is a doctor, an injector called Dr. Tim Pierce, who I would say about 2 years ago, I saw him using ultrasound. And to me, I thought, I need one of those. I've always been someone who's like really conscious of safety. That's something that I try and preach to everyone when I teach new injectors, when I'm talking to people on forums, when I'm talking to my clients. For me, safety is my absolute number one priority. I don't want to do anything that's going to harm anyone. So when I saw that you could bring on more of like a portable ultrasound, something that isn't such a massive machine in clinic, that I can move around, I can fit it in my clinic room, I could take it to other premises. If someone had a complication, another practitioner had a complication at another premises, I could take it to them. When I saw that was possible, I thought, right, I need one of those. It was just a case of figuring out what company to go with. If I just need to do my research on the actual machines, research on the people who had started up the company, what the aftercare was, what the training was. Once I'd figured that all out, becoming an UltraX ambassador seemed like a no-brainer for me. So brought that on board. Now I'm a little bit more self-assured in terms of the safety aspect for my clients. I can sleep peacefully at night. The last thing that any injector wants is to go home at night and be worrying about their clients. And every injector will know this. If you get text or a phone call in the middle of the night, your heart drops into your stomach. You think, oh my God. This just gives me that added bit of peace of mind, and it does for my clients as well. So when they see me looking at their tissues underneath an ultrasound, yes, they might not know what they're looking at and they can see it, but it gives them that added bit of confidence in me to know that they're being kept safe. UltraX, I'm your ambassador. Fan.